So this is one of my favorite glues. It's polyurethane construction adhesive. And I find it's great for bonding together wood as well as masonry. I'm going to give an example here of working with a broken brick that I want to bond back together again. This might be appropriate for outdoor statues or other kind of masonry. Polyurethane construction adhesive, it will bond stronger to the substrates than the material that you're bonding together. So it is really a permanent bond. I use it with wood combined with screws and a glue and screw combination, which creates a really strong bond. This is in a metal tube. It's sealed in the end, so you're going to use the puncture tool that's built into the cap to open this up. And this is a solvent-based adhesive. It's not high in solvent. It's going to flow a little bit like peanut butter. But if you do make a mistake or you need to remove it from any material, mineral spirits is recommended for taking this off. And so we squeeze it out here, and in this case we're going to be putting it on just enough to form a bond between the two materials, but not so much that it squeezes out when we press them together. And you'll see it comes out with sort of a texture, like I said, similar to peanut butter. And you're going to want to get it all the way around. In this case, since we're bonding something that's going to be outdoors, we want to make sure that we don't leave a void for water to fill and later for it to form ice and to break the brick apart again. So we want to make sure that we get it all the way around the perimeter. Anytime we're doing a project like this with a thicker glue, you may want to anticipate having a spreader on hand. Almost anything will do. I've used pencil points in the past, or anything you find laying around that you're happy to dispose of later. In this case, I have a wooden popsicle stick. That's going to be a great way to make sure that we get this spread around. This kind of polyurethane construction adhesive has some decent working time to it, so we're not in a hurry. It will eventually form a skin, and then it'll start to set up. Overnight is really where you're going to see the maximum holding power start to kick in. We get that spread around there, and we're going to try to get it on both sides so that we've got it really kind of filled into all the nooks and crannies of this broken brick. This does come in a couple different formulations, and I recommend looking for the one that's designed for interior and exterior use. There are some interior only, and so you want to make sure, especially since this has decent shelf life. This project tube can be capped and it'll last for a couple of years. So get the interior and exterior type. Also, make sure it is polyurethane premium construction adhesive or polyurethane heavy duty construction adhesive. That's what you want to look for. There are a lot of similar looking products on the market. So let's go ahead and sit these together. And I'm going to press them together. There's a little bit of seeping there that's happening. That's okay. All right, so I probably could have used a little bit less than what I used in this case. But I'm going to leave that there. And we're just going to set that aside for that to set up a little bit. Okay, now it's been about 30 or 40 minutes since I glued the brick together, and I've allowed some of the excess material to solidify. It's not solid yet. It's kind of a tarry sort of taffy-like texture. But now it's no longer going to be wet to the touch. It's formed a thick skin. I can take a putty knife now and remove some of that excess without really creating a mess. So we're just going to kind of gently push that putty knife against there. It's going to lift up that excess, and we're just going to pick that away. There we go.